those are my suggestions. So let's talk about what, to sort of recap, what I would suggest doing to try to sell your house. So I talked about it earlier, but the strategy that we used was both getting it to a lower price point. So getting it to a lower price point and also combining that with multiple open houses. So that's number one. So once you do that, you reduce the price to, I would say if you're not getting any activity, then you significantly reduce the price. If you're getting some activity, like you're getting some nibbles, but nothing's really solidifying into an offer, then I would say that you probably reduce it a little bit more. Don't be crazy. Don't go crazy with it. I think we dropped ours about $25,000, which is significant. I kind of wish we'd done a little bit less, but whatever, you don't know. But we dropped it a little bit, and we also started doing those consecutive open houses. So for us, that was really the key. So I'd say one, reduce the price with the consecutive open house. Now that's not, obviously that's optional. It's obviously your house, however you want to sell it. That strategy worked for us. So those two things together worked well for us to sell our house. So maybe this will be helpful to you. But once we dropped that price, then we started doing those open houses. I think I said it was like 5 or 6 weeks, and we got an offer. We started getting a lot more traffic and all of that. So that worked well for us. I would say the second tip to help sell your house, declutter, 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 declutter. That's what I've been talking about this entire video. Yeah, just basically minimize what you have, take down picture. Well, that's not, yeah, declutter, declutter. Third tip would be to make it look as, like basically take yourself out of the house. So take down those pictures, take the kids' artwork off of the refrigerator. You know, if you have monogram towels, put those up. Just reduce the number of things that say, hey, we live in this house, this is our house. Just kind of go ahead and pack them up. If you're really wanting to move, you're going to have to do that anyway. So you might as well go ahead and get a head start and just start packing that stuff up. So take pictures off the wall, take extra art off the wall. You could leave a few pieces of decor and a few pieces of art, but not a lot. I would say in one room, maybe like a max of like 4 things. Just reduce it significantly. But you can have some pretty stuff, but just don't have a lot. I would definitely not you don't want to like represent your style to the people buying your house. Like you don't need to do that. Just have a few things. I mean, you can still do it because it's your house. There's going to be elements of your style and things that you enjoyed in the house. Like, you know, like I was never going to paint my house like bright orange or something. Like that wasn't going to happen. So, there's definitely elements of you there anyway, even if you take everything out. But I would say that that's a really good step, is to, take down those photos, take down extra artwork, extra decor, put it up to sort of, it goes with the decluttering, but it's reducing that decor and minimizing your fingerprint on the house, I guess. So that's my third tip, I think. The fourth tip was, when you have those open houses or when you have the showing requests and stuff like that, take the dogs out of the house. Now, this is a hard one because we work from home. I mean, my husband was working from home. I wasn't working when we were trying to sell it. My job was basically to help sell it, to help sell the house. So take the dogs out, guys. We have 2 very spoiled, very sweet, very loud dogs. And they were even more puppies back then than they are now. And they would just bark. Like, we didn't know this for the longest time. And I think it was probably getting in the way of selling and people having a good experience when they were viewing our house. Because the dogs would just bark the whole time that anybody was in the house. And if you're trying to have a conversation, you're trying to think about stuff, you don't need that noise. For me, noises are a stressor. Like, especially excessive, like repeated noises. It's just not ideal for me. So, having a dog barking, that's not my dog that I love. That would drive me crazy if I was viewing a house. So that's really a good one. Now, I know it's not always possible for people, but it really does help, especially on the weekend. Like if you have, those open houses that I was suggesting, just take the dogs out, guys. I mean, we were lucky because the weather was nice and we could go to the park and stuff. I know it's a little more complicated than that, but ultimately, it doesn't seem like it would, but that dog can get in the way of you selling your house. I know that sounds kind of silly, but when people go see homes, it's an experience that they want to enjoy, right? Because you're excited, like you're going to see homes, you're going to check them out. It's an experience it's a little different, from your everyday activities or whatever. And a lot of people, they get excited and they want to enjoy the experience of viewing houses. So if there's a yapping dog, a barking dog, a growling dog, all those things, that kind of takes away from the experience of, viewing the house. And it can make people stressed. A lot of people are afraid of dogs. It's just not a good element to have when you're trying to sell your home. Not that I don't love my dogs, whatever. We would just take them out of the house so there wasn't that constant barking. Also, clean up for your pictures. That would be a big tip as well. Like, if you have pictures, like the basement picture that you guys saw, and again, I can't even remember if that was put up on our listing. I don't remember because it's been a while. But just clean up for those pictures. Make it look nice. Make it look streamlined, clean. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it's not going to be perfect every time, they come and see it. But for the purpose of the pictures, like, they're going to look back at those pictures to review, the house they saw. And it's just another reference point. Like, oh yeah, that's nice. But telling your house is stressful enough, so you want to put your best foot forward. You put your best foot forward, you're going to get more for your house. It's going to be easier for you to sell it, all the things. So you might as well just put that effort in to have nice pictures that are clean and appealing and get people out to those showings. So you always want to get those showings, right? So we were constantly talking to our real estate agent about, like showing requests and stuff like that. We did have people that didn't show up, which is just infuriating and so rude. Like, it's just so rude. And I know life happens, so you can only, take it with so much of a grain of salt or whatever. There's no point in being mad about it, but it is frustrating. If you clean up, you take the dogs out of the house, you take the kids out of the house, all the things, and then somebody doesn't show up for a showing, you really, it's frustrating. It's not great. But it does happen. There's no point in dwelling on it. You just kind of keep on going. And that's just going to happen because selling a house is complicated and people have lives and stuff comes up. So don't get discouraged about that if people don't show up. Don't get discouraged if, you get a lot of showings and you're not getting a lot of bites. I would say the last one is to sort of be positive, because there's so much to purchasing a home, right? There's so much to purchasing a home. So when a person comes out to see your house and they are looking at it and they like it, there's still so much they have to do. They have to get their financing in line. They have to, good credit. They have to do all the things to purchase the house. And there's so many things to, that you have to go toward for purchasing a home, that, like, if you get some activity and you don't get nibbles, just stay positive. Don't let it be personal. Just keep going and keep doing what you're doing, and somebody will buy your house if you have a nice house and you've taken care of it. And we had we loved our house so much, but we were ready to go. But it was frustrating because we're like, the house was large. It was 3,000 something square feet. It had a full basement. It had it had 6 rooms. It had a large laundry room, a large basement, a large kitchen, a large living room. There was a lot of space, and we're just like, what is happening? Why is somebody buying this house? Well, we did some stuff after, we were doing things to help sell it, which was like, we were painting, we were, like I said, decluttering, we were fixing a few things here and there. We're also finishing a bathroom project. So there was a lot to do, and it was a great house. And then eventually somebody saw it. We ended up having 2 offers. And one of them was an FHA, which was not really ideal. So I guess you could say 1 offer, the people that bought it. But ultimately, I was going to say we had 2 offers. So we had 2 offers. And, just don't be discouraged. Try to think positive, and it's a stressful thing. I mean, if you're stressed out by it, you're not alone. It's just really stressful process. So just take a deep breath, Don't take things personally. Get those dogs out of the house. Declutter. Put your best foot forward, and hopefully somebody's going to buy your house, and you can be where you want to be, and find a great place, a new great place for you and your family. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.